This is a Smartmusic tutorial for Marathon band members. Login is kind of strange. You have to create a username or an email. And so I have two. This is my teacher one, but I created a student one because I want to see what you see. So it's called the Chris Rude Student Simulator. I created it, and I can just pull up those credentials. This is like an old Web 1.0 thing, and so the authentication is very old style. It's before all like in 2008 and 2009, they started having the bright idea of using Google to sign into stuff, which was great. And now, when we look back now, it's kind of like, oh, back when I was your age, all the Hotmail was HTML only and didn't have any Java stuff on it, which is kind of a wonderful relic. But they've done a great job with their technology on the playing and assessing end, which is really kind of what we're after. But this whole thing is still clunky. So you put up that information, it's a login. For some odd reason, when I log in, it goes to my account details. I don't know why. I don't know why they're asking for this. And they have a little upgrade button. But I just skip over that, and I go click over here to go home. And I found that when I went to this website on my phone, I get this weird squid thing, and I don't understand that, but I've just accepted it. It's not going to work on your phone. So you need to be on a computer, or a tablet might have the right resolution. If you make this window too small, you get, uh-oh, your screen is too small. But I want to look at my son. It's an adorable picture of him. Nope, screen is too small. You can't do it. But looks great. What? Can't I just look at the tiger he's got next to him? No, I can't. Oh, snap. You have to make the window big enough for you to see it. So that's how they work with it. That's what you got to live with. So this has to be like the full screen while you work it. And that's just what we got to do. Remember, top left button is the home button. You go there first. Here's your assignments. And this is highlighted in red because I never did the assignments, and that's because I'm the teacher. Okay, but you will have assignments here as they come up, and you will do that. You'll also have recently graded assignments. That looks like the first thing, but what we're looking at is the Find Music panel, and if you scroll down to the bottom, probably the most useful thing. Last thing on the right is my method books, and here you have Essential Elements 2000 for Band. Since I'm in the junior high band, I can click there, and I can go to look at my own book. So I'm going to start right there. You can filter movements by instrument. I'm just going to look at clarinet for the fun of it. And I guess this X looks like it's nothing's there, but actually that's just if you want to, like, take away the clarinet. I guess you could probably add different things. I don't know. Well, looks like if you want to just not filter by clarinet, you click on this X. You're not deleting clarinet. I hope I'm not. I don't know, with some of the issues we had this week, I wouldn't be surprised. But if I scroll down all the way to 159, hello, 159, you can see that is concert B flat, like what we did. So 159 it is. B flat clarinet. Sticky settings are here. I don't know what sticky settings mean. Maybe it just means that it remembers what the heck you had in here. Yes, it does. So you have an accompaniment here, and you can turn it on or off. You can adjust the volume of it. If you want to hear more something, you can hear just your part, and you can adjust the volume. Silent, very loud, muted, not muted. There's a metronome that goes click, 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 click. You can turn on subdivisions of it. You can also set a swing. We'll mess around with that later. You can change the tempo. Maybe you want to reef through these nice and fast, or you want to go nice and slow. Let's bring it down to 95. There's a tuner, and I don't, oh yeah, you can, I guess this is showing, gives you a little bit more screen space, so you can see that stuff. This is your count off. You can add counts, so if it takes you a little bit of time to get your fingers on the instrument, or you have to maybe turn your chair, you have to hit play, and then turn your chair over and get your instrument up, and then get focused on your music, you can add a few extra counts on your count off. And then if you want to play from your book, that's totally fine. If you have to, like, handle that kind of stuff. Or you can go to the 4-count click off. Sets up your microphone. This plays a song. This is for recording a take. This, if there's multiple pages on your part, it'll be there. And you can look. Here's the whole thing. Let's give it a listen to. We'll just hit the play and listen to what it does. You'll see it give a click off. Click, 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 click. And then the music plays. The accompaniment on. And we'll give that a go. Wow, I did not expect that. That was pretty in your face. So I'm going to go turn off this accompaniment and just listen to the part, because I don't want to hear that accompaniment again. That's very nice. Now, I'm on flute. It did switch me over to flute instead of clarinet. That's pretty funny. So, yes, this is definitely one of the tracks that doesn't have a clarinet part because I did select clarinet. So we'll switch it over to trumpet. And then it goes back to this window, loads a couple of things up. And I'm going to try and be a little bit more meticulous about that to see kind of what's going on with that. We might just have to come up with our own substitutions. And I'll give kind of like a little table so you can substitute stuff. But I think you can still play things in here with... because I did tell it that I was playing flute and I played trumpet, and it wasn't too bad. Okay, so I'm looking at the trumpet part, and the only thing you have to watch out for is your transposition. But you can, with most of the stuff, you'll be able to go by what your book says and everything like that. If you want to hear how a note sounds...
This is... You can click on the note, and you can kind of just click your way through, and these two little buttons come up. So, first note, okay. If you want to just test your way through it, like say this is a passage, and you're like, I don't even know how the pitches are supposed to sound. Okay, then. So, French horn people, yay, that's really fun. You can
check your way through everything. And then this is the other secret thing. There's another button here. The fingering. Boom. It tells you the letter name of the note. It tells you this right here. So you can just honestly quiz yourself. What is that note? It's a D, and it's 1 and 3. And you can just pluck your way through. Any notes you don't know, you can look up, you can review, and you can practice your way through. So, like, beginning to end, it's so easy. There's no excuse. It's like hyperlinks for everything that you would need to do. They spent hours and hours sitting in a band room going like, what do the kids ask? What's that first note? How do I play a C? Well, boom. What's that first note? How's it supposed to sound? What's that first note? It's a C. How do I play a C? No fingers. And make this sound. You got it. Okay, so that's how that works. Yay, nice and fun. You can start on the second measure. Great, you can even start halfway through the measure. Now, the count off suddenly adds a couple extra notes because the count off is 4 counts and then it starts at the beginning of the measure. So let's go ahead and listen to that.
There's your 4 counts. 1, 2.
So it picks up right where it is, and you can even, if you want to, once you get into the second half of the measure, it starts rounding down. See, 3 counts. And then it'll give you the extra 2 counts instead, because just 2 counts to start off is kind of tricky. But what you can do is maybe you want to get from here to here, and you want to work backwards. You can... Okay, then you can go back a note. Then you can go back a note. Yay, it's a great tool. You can really break this stuff down measure by measure. It's very quick, user-friendly, and it's always telling you how it would sound just by the pure music language. So you're not translating, like some sort of 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and fingerings and imagining how it's supposed to sound. So you'll really start to associate this with what it truly sounds like. It's a great tool that way. So now we're going to assess ourselves. The first thing you want to do is click this microphone button. And we want to do a melodic assessment. Percussive is for drummy sounds, and don't worry about MIDI, because that has to deal with setting up MIDI. So select this mode and device, melodic through microphone. Then you want to prepare to record. Unplug your headphones, turn the volume on, just like it's happening right now. I have 2 speakers, and I'm playing sounds, and there's a microphone right in front of me. You want to test your microphone, and this calibrates it. It's kind of like, it's a little math problem. So you want to make it silent, nice and quiet. We had success with that, but that little whistle sound is actually kind of like a figuring out the math of the accompaniment. So if you had like A plus B equals C, like, and A was your accompaniment, and B was your barking out of your instrument, and C is a conglomeration of that all together. Now it's going to record a conglomeration, and it now knows how to subtract away A and get B, the barking of your instrument, and subtract out that accompaniment, and then they can use that for better assessment. So I hit start. It's all calibrated. I'm going to go here. I want to have it play along with me and with the metronome. I'm not going to have that accompaniment, but I'm going to go give it a try playing. I'm kind of cold, and I haven't practiced too much trumpet since we started. Don't hit the play. You got to hit record, and we're going to see how well I do. Okay, I did a lot better than I did last time. hit one wrong note. See if you can hear it wrong in there. You can play back the take. It definitely heard me chip around that note and not hit it very well, and it marked me off for that. So tell us kind of how you did, and you don't have to do spectacular awesome on it, but it will give you some feedback. Don't worry if you get a terrible grade on it, because I'm going to listen through to all these recordings and make my own assessment. And so if you get like a terrible grade, I'm going to go listen to it and determine, did you really do terrible, or did you do a good job, but then this computer didn't see that you were doing a good job. Now I'm going to show you some other things that might be problems here. One problem is, say you turn off, oh yeah, I'll save that, what the heck, why not? I got a 96%, yay. Okay, now, let's go back here, and let's turn this off and this off. This is one problem you might be having. You might be thinking, I want to have a quiet space, and I don't have my earbuds, so I'm just going to mute everything and try and record that way. This is a dangerous thing, because you have to play exactly with the metronome here. So it knows what you're supposed to be doing. So I'm going to go try doing this without anything to go off of, no click or anything. And you're going to see how it destroys your grade if you get a bit off. Okay, you can see I did an absolutely terrible job. I get 8%, and the reason why is because I was playing behind. That's all that it was. And you can see these notes kind of went low because I started late and I went low, and it wasn't me doing anything bad. I actually sounded pretty good, and if you listen to it, I mean, I sounded pretty okay. About the same as what I did on this other take that I had, which got a 96. But the problem is, you can see these notes are low, and then they're high coming down. I'm just playing behind the metronome, and it thinks that I'm just playing a whole bunch of wrong notes. So make sure you turn on your speakers, have all of these things, have the metronome turned on, and even have your part play along with you, just to give yourself success that way. Okay, so enough of that. Let's go ahead and swing back home, and we're going to take a quick look at some of the other things. So you now can go ahead and find this at the bottom, your method book, and you can explore anything you want out of the method book. So before I get these assignments up here, you can even go down here and look at what you have for the next week and start working ahead. Now let's go look at finding some music. So if you're in senior high band, we are playing Semper Fidelis. Type in that title, Semperfidelis. And our arrangement of Semper Fidelis, unarrangement of Semper Fidelis is in here. You can go ahead and look that up. Click on Movements and open it. And you can, you have to select an instrument, but maybe I want to look at the alto sax part, and then alto sax 1. And it is right in here. So you can go ahead and browse around. You don't have to look at just what's on our concert. You have access to, well, let's look at the band and orchestra section. If I click on the band and orchestra category, 5,500 titles. So you can really just go through here. There's the 1812 Overture. Hey, why don't we look up, for all you senior high kids, Elements. Yes, Elements, a Petite Symphony by Brian Balmages. And you can go open up. So have fun with this. Have a good time. Pull this open. Turn on the accompaniment. Turn the accompaniment down. Put the part up. Let's turn the metronome off. Select right on measure 9. And have a good time. Yay! Okay, so have fun with this. You go back home. Now we know that's Brian Balmages, so Balmages. And you can see, if you want to hear more of his music, he's got 115 titles in here. So you can go ahead and assign yourself something. Look around. You can look in genres, too. There is some rock and pop music, light and novelty, jazz, holiday and patriotic, tons of things. So you can explore around. And in fact, some of your assignments this week are to go in here and try and find some things that we wouldn't normally find and have fun with them. So I hope this helps you get kind of started on some of the key elements of getting Smartmusic to work for you. This is a spectacular platform, even if it's a little bit of a learning curve to figure out what's going on. Happy practicing.